I'll figure out how to get the overlay going. Project for Wednesday. Colby, if you could be so kind as to post the link.
Oh, you got it.
And then also I have one more question to you, Colby, which is super easy. Could you just take screenshots after the game, just so this way we have them for posterity's sake?
Okay.
I feel like that's not too crazy.
Nope.
Actually, no, wait, no. I'm just going to record them to YouTube. Never mind. I don't need you to take screenshots.
All right.
Figure out I'll save you a little bit of hassle. Oh, nice. The little SCFSL logo appeared in the bottom right. We'll just wait a couple minutes. How's it going? How's it going, pal?
I can never get over how high the Coyotes offense is rated.
Right?
It's a really good offense. I think y'all underestimate how good of an offense it is. The problem is can that offense stop the defense?
I don't think that's how football works.
Shh. What did I put for the weather and wind for this game? I should know this.
It is indeed platoon time.
Low winds, clear skies.
Oh, this will be so weird to see a playoff game without,
Chaos.
excuses.
Putting them in Seattle.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we should see what the experts pick. All right, the experts are picking a rush win. Colby, Hydra, who do you guys have?
I know that you're proud of yourself at left tackle, but I will be surprised if the Rush not only failed to win, but failed to record double-digit sacks. They've just been insane lately.
They really have. It's true. Although, I think, who are their last two opponents? Their last two opponents were the Chocobos and the Aliens.
And one of those is obviously you would expect a record-setting sacks. The Chocobos, to be fair, do have a rookie OL. So I will accept that these are not top-tier blocking teams.
Hydra, what are your
I still
thoughts?
think they're going to break double digits.
Yeah, I feel like this Rush team is just their rush defense. I mean, Burns had 29 sacks this season.
Yeah, Burns broke his record and nearly doubled
A third
that.
of them in one game against the Aliens.
Marvin Jets under pressure early.
There's that rush defense already. It's just it's absurd.
Snap.
This is not looking good for the Coyotes offense. But they're going to try something. Ooh.
Oh, that's going to be a drop there.
Ben Alexander-Arnold credited with the stop there.
Ooh,
Spaghetti
wow.
Jones, though,
really expecting an interception there.
is going to bring in a touchdown on a missed tackle. Or a missed
Spaghetti
deflection.
Jones.
There's a name we haven't spoken of much.
Oh, and that just barely sneaks in.
So you said, are we recording playoff stats? If so, I'll record kicker.
No, we can, but I'm not. I am just simply
And we'll be posting these
on
to YouTube, so.
Okay.
All right, so the Rush now have to strike back here, I think. I think if it comes down to having to keep up with the Coyotes' offense, I don't know if the Rush can.
Oh, I'm confident they can't. But I'm also confident that they're going to stop them a few times.
So you think it's going to be a pretty defensive battle?
I think it's going to come down to which defense makes the first stop.
See, I don't agree with that assessment. And here's my take on this, and I'll explain. The Coyotes' offense is strong enough that if, let's say, the Rush gets a stop, wow, Kageyama with another interception.
Another?
Well, they've had a lot this season. Generally, one of those that I've noticed is Kageyama is like Lion Nikita, but less present and less multi-interception games. But she has consistently put up constant interceptions just about every game.
Well, and there's the
That will be
first.
the first down. Talk about just barely getting it done. That was huge.
Hey, sometimes all you need. As Iroh is gonna.
Yeah, that's a great pass to your tight end. Iroh's tight end, right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Yes, that's what I thought.
And there's Jalen Smith.
Ragdolling.
Who is a top contender for wide receiver of the year, by the way, if you are looking up
Wow,
some
Mendez
rankings.
making men miss, and that's a touchdown.
This is not looking good for the rush already.
No.
And so here's the other thing about the rush offense that makes me have pause. Max Alstad is kind of, outside of Ryan Yosef, their only passing weapon.
Actually, Yosef's stats, like they don't. I mean, I get that he's good. They don't target him much.
No, they don't target him much, but when they target him, he's good. The problem is they need to target him better. Sean Barkley, though, is
It's
great.
Barkley.
Oh, just as it was starting to get really scary for the rush, they are back in it.
Gotta love it. Meatwad's kick is barely good, but good nonetheless.
I think one of the scary things about the Coyotes is you look at these passing stats, and Jet has as many touchdowns as Robinson, but nearly double the interceptions. I mean, it's
And
those big
probably a lot more attempts as well, yeah.
Actually, no. Yeah, actually, you're right. 90 more attempts, but 2 less completions.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's number 2.
There, yep. Laszlo 42 with the sack this time.
Yep.
Ooh, nearly a third one.
Great move by Jet, but that was
And
almost intercepted.
nearly a pick, too.
And that's the second should have been interception of the night for Jet already.
Eventually, they're going to start turning not good
Yep,
for
but
him.
there's the third sack.
And so this is the
They
stop.
are on pace for double digits, I should point out.
There's Arnold. He had a little room
Decent
there.
return.
Yeah.
Not terrible. Ooh.
Fortunately, the sack race is not as one-sided as the rush would like.
Dorian Cope with a great catch there.
14 yards, making this a very manageable third down.
And they're going to give it to Barkley, who gets a third down and then some.
Did he break a tackle?
I think he
I don't.
did. Or maybe he just
There was
I
some
think he just
chaos
made.
there.
I think he just made the miss. I don't think he broke a tackle.
I think, speaking of Yosef, I think what happened was that's the end of the first quarter. I think what happened was the defensive player was going for the QB on the handoff. I think it was a play action.
Oh, wow.
What a catch by Yosef.
And barely avoided the sack, too.
That was a beautiful play. He's got 2 men out to the right. Instead, he's going to nearly give the ball away.
Speaking of should have been interceptions, that was a big one.
All right, so here's the question. Do you give it to Barkley or do you try throwing it again?
Well, it doesn't really matter what I say, but
Yeah. And McBotterson with the touchdown, making this a 1-point game and a tie if Meatwad makes the kick. And Meatwad makes the kick.
And sadly, Meatwad has actually been more accurate at field goals than Crawford has, although Crawford has been killing it on extra points this season. He's actually been the most accurate.
Huh, really?
On just
Jalen Smith
my
is going to
God.
take it to the house.
that's how you respond.
That is exactly how.
And now the Rush need Allstott to do the same or to score on this drive.
I believe Allstott has yet to even record a single reception.
Yes, and I don't think Allstott will this game. And this is kind of what I was saying about the rush offense. Allstott is the cornerback, is the wide receiver 1 who's going to be up against the cornerback 1 all game. And I know he doesn't get the same love that Lion Nikita does.
Yeah. No, Moreno's solid.
But Moreno is really good.
Big third down here.
Mind you, the Rush do get the ball back at the end of the half. Start of the second half. That was not the play you wanted.
That was a horrible check down.
And McPotterson is instead going to get this punt, getting not many yards.
What up? Oh,
And welcome, Cope. If you missed it, you already have your first reception of the playoffs.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, 14 yards.
Sorry, I was
No worries. Mendez is going to make a person miss and then get to about midfield.
So my birthday's tomorrow, so I had to like set up arrangements and stuff.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks.
I feel like the Rush is starting to show up against the run this drive.
This is kind of what the Rush need if they want to keep alive.
Jet.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh
but that's
my
not going to
God.
do it.
There's
David
the,
S. Pumpkins.
there's
The
the pick we
Flamengo.
kept talking about.
Come on, really?
And Brister is
There we-
sacked.
Were those
I
two
think
blitzing
Brewster's been
corners?
sacked more than Jet.
I think he might be. There's a flag on this play. I think it's coming back.
Oh, and there's
Kageyama, though, if not, that would be his second pick.
Nope.
Oh, it's offside.
The offsides.
Come on, defense.
And Chunk Barkley has the ball. He's going to get the first down in 2 minutes to go. So if I'm the Rush here, I'm going to want to score and burn as much clock as possible. And
I
not
think
do
it's a little
that.
late for that.
That is the one thing I don't want to do right there, as Brister has thrown his second or third pick of the night. Second.
And the Coyotes are looking like better than a 65 overall defense.
What a sack.
What's crazy is I think Burns only had 37 tackles all season, but he had 29 sacks.
Right, so
Yeah.
if you take
He
that,
had 36 tackles.
So he had 27 sacks, you said?
29 sacks, 36 tackles.
So he had
That's
7
hilarious.
non-sack
Seven
tackles.
non-sacks.
Burns was very one-dimensional, but that one dimension he did phenomenally.
That's a pretty big dimension. It goes for quite a ways.
I mean, if you have a talent, why not use it? All right, they're at second and goal. I think if I'm the Coyotes here, I need a touchdown. And Mendez is going to do
Yeah,
it, but the penalty might call it back.
It's got to be holding. Offsides. Oh, man.
These
Thank
offsides
you.
are killing.
Oh. Listen, we have enough time to come back.
Oh yeah, this is still the first half of the game, folks. We got plenty of football left, and the Rush are going to get the ball back. So if they score,
If they can get a quick answer back here.
they can start off the game with an opening drive and tie it.
The sad thing is I won't be on the Rush next year because I'm entering the draft.
Well, we'll see where that happens.
Yeah.
And
Barkley's
Barkley
got
is
room.
going to make a man miss and get a first down, keeping the drive alive. But they've got to...
He's got 9 rushes for 127 yards. He's having a good game. It's just
Both-
nothing else is working for the Rush.
No,
Both
it's really
running
not.
backs are really putting up great
Oh,
performances.
pass interference. That's not what you want.
I don't. Wait, this is the first time I've seen pass interference.
Oh, there's a lot.
It's
of them.
rare.
Ooh, but that one's going to be gone to Ryan Yosef, who's just a little
And they
too
are
slow.
in field goal range. They'll probably go for one more play first.
I would. Maybe 2, depending on how quick you throw it. He's got a man back there, nearly picked.
Oh, but there's... Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry.
It looked like it, yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
Slash, the Flamingos don't play tonight. They play Wednesday in the Super Casual Bowl.
Yeah, they're already in the championship. Didn't they go undefeated or something?
Nope,
No,
they
lost
lost
last-
on Friday. To the Coyotes.
If they were undefeated, the Coyotes would not be playing right now.
Yep.
Was it a close game?
Yes.
It was very close. It came down to the last drive.
They're tied on sacks right now. What I think is
And
really both teams are really comparable. It's the turnover battle. Ooh, a fumble, and McBotterson's going to grab it.
Remember when we saw that fumble recovery?
That was a good time. Funnily enough, the team that recovered it was the Rush. I think this is, ooh.
Oh, yeah, that looked dangerous.
That looked really dangerous. And the Rush.
But this isn't much better, though. I mean.
No, I would have honestly. All right, so here's the question. Here's the play call. Do you go Body McBotterson with the punt return? Huh. I think it's doing that whole thing with safeties. Mendez spin moves her way to a first down.
First against the Flamingos, now the Rush. Mendez is stepping up big when they need her.
I've been preaching about how good Mendez is for a while, and finally she's starting to come through.
I actually voted for her for running back of the year, going with the logic of, MVP, offensive player of the year, and position players should be different folks,
Iroh's got some speed. Does he have it? No.
The Rush need an interception here. Otherwise, it might be all over.
I was telling you, the Coyotes match up really well to the Rush. Oh, and there's the interception they need.
That's like you said. Let's do this.
So despite the 11-point difference, they are now tied in turnovers.
Really, we just need to see Allstott show up. I feel like that's the only thing really missing from the Rush.
Oh, that was Joseph. If Joseph was a little faster, I think he'd have that one. McBotterson, the fullback, with probably the longest run I've seen from a McBotterson fullback in a long time.
And a clutch broken tackle from a bot, too. Like, that's
rare. You love to see it, though.
Brister, 5 for 14.
Come on.
Remember, this
Brister's
is a
got his man, though, in Allstott.
Allstott, wow.
His one play of the night so far, and he has shown up big.
All right, man.
All right.
We just need to hold the Coyotes again.
So this is now on the Rush to get a stop and or a turnover.
And whoever that's asking, where's our secondary? The Coyote secondary has shown up just fine tonight.
Yeah, the Coyotes secondary has been absolutely great.
Case, aren't you on the Coyotes or something?
No, I'm on the Coyotes. I am the Coyotes offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And Mendez.
Ooh, did that make it?
Ooh, just
no,
shy.
it did
3rd
not.
and inches. I think they're going to throw it this play, which is just wild. But it works.
If you have to target someone in a crisis, that's where I'd go as well.
You really can't do better than Jalen Smith. And Thunderfax gets his first play of the night. Ooh. I don't even think he had time to hand that off.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think that was a passing play.
No, that was... And Thunderfax is going to walk it in!
So there's still time. We still have the entire fourth quarter left, but
yes,
it's starting to get to some pressure now. Because aside from one interception, the Rush have not been able.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, I had to stop for a moment to check and see if that was going to go.
I thought
that was gone.
The Rush just haven't been able to stop the Coyotes tonight.
No, and
yet the Coyotes, despite having again a really low-rated defense, and again a lot of bots in their front seven, just keep generating pressure.
Oh, I think this is coming back, though. Lemillion has the pick. It's
Nope.
not. So this is kind of my question, Cole, because you're the one who keeps track of this stuff better than I do. Have the Coyotes punted a total of 1 time tonight, if I'm not mistaken?
Have the Coyotes what?
The Coyotes have only punted 1 time tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's
2 for Pumpkins.
That's helpful.
This is what the Rush needed, though, to stay in this game. As Charles
Barkley's got
Barkley is
room.
going to get close to the end zone, but not make it in.
That's all right.
Fourth quarter starting in the red zone. Down by 9, but down by 11. And Brister's in trouble, but Brister
Oh,
has
that was-
time. He is Yosef.
Wow.
What a play.
Joseph was so close to the sideline on that one, too. I actually thought he was going to step out on the catch.
He didn't, though. What a...
Oh my god. What's the... I really don't want to be playing from behind all game.
Hey, you know what? A lot of teams... I think there was one game where I think the... I don't remember. I think it was the Flamingos who played behind most of the game and won.
You only have to have the lead once to win.
You just have to have the lead at the end. That's about it. Everything else is just gravy.
Oh my
But what you do need to do is shut her down.
You have to be
Yeah.
able to make tackles, yeah.
Mendez has, what, 9.2 yards per carry?
Oh!
Ooh.
No! We were so close.
Thunderfax made a clutch play to cover that up. That was huge.
And I think
Oh,
this
no.
one is going to
That's
be...
the Smith.
Ooh. What
The
a
Russ
catch.
they seem to struggle against big plays. Like this is not a team that you can like march up the field on, but they're very susceptible to the one-hit kills.
We have more.
Fred.
We have time to get back on the clock. Come on, just return it. Ugh, come on, Brist. Barkley. Every time I see a running back run, I think it's gonna be like Jimbo and he takes it all.
Look at that. Terrell Brister, 7 for 17. 4
yeah, and those
interceptions.
4 interceptions hurt a lot. But plays like, oh, I know
Ooh.
that's intercepted.
And that was Moreno.
That was going my way.
That's number 5.
There needs to be a turnover on this drive.
Oh,
Oh,
nearly a safety.
Oh, it was there.
It was right there. That was the play the
think
Rush
there's-
needed.
I think there's still a chance. No, actually, not anymore.
Nope.
Rip our chances.
Oof.
That'll help. That'll help a lot.
Second
Back in
and
safety range.
21. They're back in safety. But that's going to end it as Iroh is going to get them back into the enemy territory.
Now they're back to needing an interception.
Oh god.
Because they
Some of
are
these
actually in
passes-
field goal range.
Some of these passes look like they're almost.
And
Oh,
Mendez
that's
is
game.
I
gonna
think that's the
score.
dagger.
Oh,
Oh no!
what a stop.
Yeah, we shouldn't really say that before the play's over.
The thing
Ooh.
is, though, they don't even need to score. They're up. It's a 2-possession game.
A field goal would make it still 2 possessions, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is, right now what they're doing is just running down the clock. That's kind of enough.
Ooh, that was nearly picked.
A running play there would have been a little better.
Well, they did 2 running plays, and neither of them made it in.
Oh, that was really close.
That was dicey by Crawford, who I think hasn't missed a single one tonight.
No, he's been perfect tonight. To be fair, though, so has Meatwad.
Yes, that's true.
We're gonna lose this game. Please.
Yeah.
Passes like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, time to enter the draft, I guess.
Although this penalty is... Oh, no, it's for the Coyotes. Never mind. This penalty is now what the Rush need.
101 seconds left in this.
Ooh, nearly
Oh.
another pick. So I'm gonna actually say that the Coyotes secondary is a lot better than people realize. I don't think their front seven is good.
It's not the secondary
Yep,
that's
that's
surprising
it.
me. It's that the front seven is able to put any pressure on Brister to make him risk these early throws. I mean, he's been sacked, I think, 6 times and rushed so many more. And
So
again, this is a front seven with 2 humans on it.
right. So I think there's a theory behind this, which is that's game.
Oh God, and then it got worse.
Yeah. So there's a prevalent theory which is that you don't need good pass rushers. You just need good secondary to basically prevent the quarterback from throwing long enough because eventually your pass rushers, good or bad, are going to get through.
I feel like they're getting through pretty quickly though.
I mean, fair. But I mean, if you subscribe to that theory,
I mean, like every once in a while, I'll call out if I feel a quarterback has just all day to throw and make them, and that hasn't happened once.
right. But the question is all day to throw to where? Ooh, nearly Deebus Jimbo sacked there. As Allstott's going to try and keep him alive, but the penalty against for the face mask.
Oh, well, that
To
stopped the
me,
clock, so
yeah,
that was almost better than getting extra yards.
Allstott is going to make the touchdown. He's going to try and get some magic to happen, but I think it's too little, too late.
Yeah,
Have we ever seen a miracle?
I mean,
We've never seen a 3 touchdown comeback in the final minute, if that's what you're asking.
yeah, that's a little, and that's yeah. All right, so here's the question: can the Coyotes beat the Flamingos?
I still have to say no.
I think if there's any team that can, it's them. I mean, we've already seen them do it. It's a question of whether or not they can do it again.
I think way too much had to go their way, and that's just not realistic to happen again.
Yep, they're just stepping on their throats now.
they're just showing no mercy.
But
They're
like I said,
pulling up
the fact
flamingos
that
here.
this team can't stop Mendez, despite having such a good defensive line, is really concerning when it comes to building a team because it shows that the trenches don't matter for the run game, which if you're a fan of football at all is terrifying.
So, but here's my question: because if the argument is that the trenches don't, because Divas Jimbo has slowed down, and I think if there's ever a player you can make a case for,
I don't think it's because of the D line. I think it's because the secondary is more aware.
maybe.
Also, only 6 sacks, very well done there.
Thank you.
Especially considering how fast those 6.
Yeah, I don't even think half those were my fault. So Scorp brings up a good point, which is the linebackers matter a lot more for stopping the run.
I would agree with that assessment. And Phantom, we actually are talking about an axis.
Yeah, I think so. Let's look at the linebackers really fast for both teams. We're gonna get through all the stats so people can
Yeah,
see
let's
them.
do this.
So I'm just slowly sliding through so you can all see. Dorian Cope had 6 targets. Ryan Yosef
Wow.
actually was the offensive player for the rush, really in the air.
And look at that, only 4 to Allstop. 3 caught, 1 dropped, which means none of those interceptions were to Allstop.
Yeah. Which I think more speaks to Marino. Vincent Burns with 2 more tackles than sacks. God, Vincent Burns is really good. And Laszlo 42, the whole defensive line of the rush is scary.
And yet they couldn't stop Mendez.
So John Boyd is listed as a DL, but I put him in the linebacker slot, so he is there.
Yeah.
I just want to point out I did fix that. You can always check your roster full to make sure that's correct. Team guys on the rush. I just forgot. I just did a cut copy rather than that. Their other linebackers are who?
I mean, when their top tackler is a defensive back, you know.
Yeah, Mongoose.
In fact, their top 3 tacklers were defensive backs.
They got beaten in the air.
When a lot of those were Mendez
Yeah.
getting into
Oh,
the
that's true.
secondary. Whereas same thing, you look here, 2 less tackles. They're just a little bit more spread out.
Ah, okay. Thank you,
Um,
Mongoose. I was
oh,
very confused
Sorian
by
with 2 interceptions as well,
that. Right.
and 3 deflected passes.
The secondary for the Coyotes is really good.
Honest, I think I would give Lemillion Defensive Player of the Game.
I'd flat out give him Defensive Player of the Game.
That's a fantastic performance.
Let me see where the sacks came from. 2 from Bodderson, 2 from Fisher, and then 1 from Graham, 1 from Lemillion. Uncle Iro with 127 yards. Mendez had actually slowed down in the later game.
No, because remember we
Oh,
talked about her
9.8,
earlier,
yeah.
and she was at like 9.2 a carry.
Yeah, no, so now she's at 10.9. I thought she was at higher for some reason. My mind has gone a little fuzzy.
But go back to receiving, please, because Smith 4 for 5 with 1 touchdown, 1 drop. That's good, but you got to remember he also had the kickoff return.
Oh, Smith was great.
Iro with one of the best games we've seen from him.
He's really stepped up.
But really, they had a lot of players getting it done on offense.
And Marvin Jett actually had despite the 3
This was a
interceptions,
perfectly acceptable game.
had a perfectly good game. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you all. I would say bye. I'm happy to walk you through it, Michael Myers. Happy to help you with any questions you do have.
I can't wait to enter the draft, and it was a good season with the Russian.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Thank you all. We'll see you all on Wednesday for the Super Casual Bowl for Season 2, as the Coyotes are going to head to Fort Lauderdale to play the Flamingos.